So we are live. Welcome to the Greatness Engineering Hour show. Today we're going to Mozambique and we have an exceptional guest with us. She's an amazing champion and she's just, she's young, she's energetic, and she's very powerful and very well connected. And you'll see she's going to share her story, her knowledge, and she also developed a very interesting leadership program that she's going to talk about. And so I'm not gonna wait long. I'm just gonna bring her in. I'm Mireille Tulekima. I'm your host today. I'm the CEO of Mireille Tulekima Global Leadership Organization, the organization that's bringing to you this show. And I'm really delighted to bring another greatness engineer today because our organization is about engineering greatness wherever it matters. And we're really looking for those people who are doing it, who are living it on the ground. And our guest today is one of them, is one of those people who actually engineer greatness all over the world, wherever it matters, and making a real difference in the world. So really, I'm not going to spend more time. Let's just start.
All right, okay, let's get started right into it. And that is the power of labels, right?
On memories, but as I got older, I started to be more aware of some of the abusive sides of
So welcome, Tanya. How are you?
Morning, everybody. I'm so privileged and honored to be here with you, my dear. I know that we have a little bit of challenge with the internet. It's not an easy thing, and we are on the side of the African countries, and with coronavirus, everybody is in the house using internet, so it's a really challenge. But I do appreciate this invitation. Glad to be here with you and to make this small conversation, sharing knowledge, sharing energy, motivation, connections. Let's go.
Let's go, because you have so much to share. And I'm so excited to, for the audience, because they're going to discover somebody who is a real champion and a real, advocate for success, advocates for motivation, advocate for energy, and you have a lot of it. So I just want to ask you, can you let us know who you are and what you do, and just to start the conversation.
Okay, so just to start and share a little bit of me. My name is Tanya Tome. I'm from Mozambique. I'm an entrepreneur, economist, international coach, speaker, and also chairwoman for EcoKaya company and co-founder. So what we do as a company, we have a one-stop solution for investors and companies and startups that want to set up their business particularly in Africa. So it's one-stop solution, delivering juridical and technical accessory advisory, and also activation of campaigns and meeting your stakeholders. Whenever it's in the private or public sector, you want to meet a stakeholder or a potential partner, we do set up that meeting also. And we also have been delivering the last 4 years leadership trainings, leadership, motivational, business, brand communication trainings to companies and to individuals and public organizations also.
Okay, so that's quite a lot. And I always ask myself, how do you compartmentalize all of this? And I just got to play a small video just to show people, you know, the kind of person that you have, that you are, and to what extent you can actually, you know, have an impact around the world. And they'll be surprised. And you speak so many languages. It's just amazing. So let me just put some.
Ativa a tua energia, descobre o sucesso que há em ti. Por quê? Porque eu acredito fielmente que cada um de nós presentes nesta sala, tem exatamente essa mesma capacidade, a mesma potencialidade, talentos, habilidades, tem todo o sucesso e um futuro por vir completamente dentro, profundamente dentro. Todos nós temos essas habilidades. O que é necessário, de facto, é fazê-lo desabrochar. Nós somos animais de hábitos, temos hábitos de fazer e temos hábitos de não fazer. E temos que ter consciência absoluta de que onde nós estamos hoje é resultado de tudo que nós fizemos para estar aqui. Então, se nós não estamos satisfeitos, e porque nós só controlamos o nosso organismo, a nossa mente e as nossas capacidades e as nossas habilidades, nós temos que mudar.
Tânia Tomé.
Tânia Tomé.
Tânia Tomé.
Tânia Tomé.
Tânia Tomé. A economista Tânia Tomé. A economista e empresária Tânia Tomé.
A economista e empreendedora Tânia Tomé.
Tânia Tomé, empreendedora, economista, poetisa, pianista, de facto uma multifacetada.
De Venezuela para Moçambique, Tânia Tomé.
Eu acho que é elementar, que não se aprende nas escolas, nem se aprende nas universidades, é como estar motivado. Nós não aprendemos isso. E essa é uma peça fundamental para tudo o que nós quisermos fazer na nossa vida. Se nós tivermos sonhos e se nós tivermos objetivos, nós temos que ter consciência do nosso propósito, planificarmos devidamente para conseguirmos, com a motivação, lutar por esse objetivo até ao fim.
Olha, primeiro a gestão de tempo está em primeiro lugar. Em segundo lugar, as prioridades. Em terceiro, uma planificação.
Claro. Mas o que vale é que temos pessoas que, com um coração grande como tu, com uma capacidade profissional como a tua, eu estou maravilhado.
Y que Tânia Tomé, representante de África, a quien le agradecemos que nos tome esta entrevista para Telesur. Bienvenida, Tânia Tomé, gracias por estar con nosotros.
Ser readaptado, reinventado, para que nós, como um país em que temos uma economia de mercado aberta, possa ser gerida de uma forma controlada para permitir que esse tipo de aspectos negativos de la globalização possam ter menores impactos.
It was also about the networking, not only with other companies and other organizations from USA, but with Africans.
sucesso que vem do lado de Moçambique, economista, mas que tem feito um grande sucesso em Moçambique. Tânia é muito reconhecida não só em Moçambique, em Portugal, como imaginem, pelo mundo fora.
As viagens todas, Moçambique, Venezuela, Angola.
Dicen en todas las tierras que es importantísimo levantar la bandera de donde nacimos con el talento que Dios nos ha dado, y tú levantas la bandera de Mozambique por todo el mundo.
Gracias, estoy ficando emocionada. Muchas gracias.
Cuéntame de tu visita, sobre todo a estas sociales. Defensa de la humanidad ha sido, digamos, la línea de acción. ¿Cómo te sientes en nuestro país?
So, wow, I can only say wow. So tell us everything about all of this. You speak, what, 4 languages? Portuguese, Spanish, English, and probably French. So tell us about all of this and all your work, because it's amazing. It's really amazing.
Oh, thanks a lot. Let me start to share that my native language is Portuguese. So in my daily basis, I do speak in Portuguese. And then I have going to many different countries to delivering leadership trainings and to be a speaker. And I start also speaking Spanish and English also, because almost 2-3 years right now, I have been delivering leadership trainings to countries like Uganda, Rwanda, Swaziland, South Africa. So I'm used to get to learn. I'm willing to be a student. I'm the kind of person that I'm always investigating, always studying, because I want to improve myself. Of course, with excellency. My language is Portuguese, but I'm improving on a daily basis, and I want to be better. Je parle un peu français. Je fais seulement le niveau. Oh, elle sait tout de la langue.
That's fantastic. I'm always very impressed to see how people can switch from one language to another. I'm actually an advocate of, speaking different languages, and that's why I'm always impressed, because it's not always easy. I'm always impressed to see how, people can do that. So just to put things in perspective, how did you, what's really your story? How did you start? And and how did you come up to where you are right now, so that we understand the process?
Okay, so let me share. I'm sorry. Let me share a little bit of where I did start. In fact, I did start with 4 years old. Unfortunately, I didn't have opportunity to live with my mother from there. So I started becoming, being such independent person. So with 12, 13 years, I was doing jewelry and selling it.
I didn't need it properly, but I was so independent. I was with this need of my own money. And so I did start becoming like with this kind of stimul to be an entrepreneur. So I did start being an entrepreneur early. Then I start living alone with 17 years old.
Okay.
And I also start working professionally as a servant in a restaurant. And I start also doing university very early with 17. So from there, since there, I was working hard as a servant, as a technical for many different companies and televisions, doing statistical work indeed. And then after that, when I did finish my economic degree, I did start working in a bank industry. So I did start in the bank industry almost more than 12 years as a risk credit analyst, as an investment and business director, as a risk mitigation director. And all of these years was like my background also was my experience to prepare myself to manage my company properly. So in the middle of that process, I did start my company. My company, today we have 8 years. So yeah, babies.
Wow, congratulations. That's a milestone.
With different challenge, you know, we have been with different challenge. We did start working only as an advisory firm, and then we did move to a little bit of construction and looking to opportunities, and now we are also looking to tech industry as a source of scalability of our business. So I can tell you that is my willing to learn and my willing to share that make me this person. And my passion is really to empower people, entrepreneurs and leaders, and help them to ignite themselves to use all their potential, because I truly believe that all of us, we have success inside of us. But we have to learn principles and we have to change our mindset. And there is like many different instruments that can make you move and use all your energy. Because for me, motivation is in the center of everything. If you start working with your motivational muscle, you can achieve everything. Everything is amazing. But you have to train yourself, and you have, first of all, to believe in you. Believe in yourself, understanding that you have to change your mindset. And this is a little bit of that.
Okay, so a lot of good things. I mean, empowerment is key. But like you said, you know, it's all inside of us. We have to dig inside of us to make things come out. And that's sometimes the difficult part for people, because they think that everything depends on something outside of them. So, you know, when I listen to it, obviously, you know, you've done a lot of studies on that, and you came up with this new program that you call Success Energy. So can you explain to us what Success Energy is all about, so that we understand? It's quite a unique name as well. So
yeah. You know, I'm an author and I'm a poet as well. So I'm the kind of person always digging to discover new words. And, you know, for me, innovation is something that I use every day, because I'm always looking to opportunities. But what is Success Energy? Success Energy exactly began without a name. Exactly when I was 4 years, because I did receive my first challenge in my life. Didn't have opportunity to live with my mother, and I suffered a lot. And it was really a challenge to a kid with 4 or 5 years old. So I started having this mindset of positive thinking. Okay, I know that I can use my time. I can be with my mother, but I can't live with her, but I can be with her sometimes. So this is good, because there are people that doesn't have even that opportunity.
Exactly.
So I start changing my mindset to look to opportunities in each problem I did face. So this was the beginning of the beginning. And then when I did realize that even with 12 years, with 13 years, I was focused to my goals. And so every year I was planning myself, making plans. And this is very indeed strange, because I was very young at that age. But it was in this system that I was digging to have more knowledge and to have more energy and to train my motivation to achieve anything I was desiring. So Success Energy, activate your energy, discover all your success inside you, because I truly believe that all of us, we have success inside. But the thing is, we don't believe that we deserve success. And this is, if you don't believe that you deserve success, you will not achieve success. If you have this first thing, and this is the first step, and then the second one is detox of your mind, because you have many different habits. on your daily basis with wrong things that consume and absorb your energy.
Exactly.
Like complaining a lot, envy, jealousy, victimizing yourself, you know, everything that don't move you to anything else, everything that you don't control, you have to put aside and take it out from your daily life, because everything absorbs your energy. And if we have an energy like this that you have to refill your energy every day. It's like a computer. It's like a cell phone. And how do you do that? Training your motivation. But to train your motivation, you have to begin from zero negative things. And that also implies to take it out, like negative information, bad movies, not taking so long in social media. Use all your resources to create new and positive things. So then you have the 7 principles of success energy. And this 7 principles of success energy is only to you to understand that you are not doing everything you can to achieve your best potential. So the first thing is to understand your purpose. Of course, if you don't know where do you want to go, how do you do that steps? So the first thing is to know your purpose. Secondly, is really having passion, but it's not being passionate about the life itself. It's being passionate about your purpose, being love with your purpose, you know. And what I say every day in my coaching sessions, you have to marry with your purpose. What that means? That means that you will face endeavors, you will face challenge. If you are not in love, you will be quitting as soon as the first obstacle appears in front of you. So this is the second thing. And to practice that, there are many different things that you have to do, and many different motivational books. They don't share what you can do to be passionate about your purpose. But there are steps, different steps that you can do on a daily basis to be passionate about your purpose. Then, of course, you have to make a plan. This is the third thing. And then after that, there are the 4th principle, that is praxis. What is praxis? Is action, but action with ethics. Because I don't believe in negative action as source of success. If we be talking about someone like I don't want to use names, but
you can use names if they are famous.
Okay,
anyway, so.
let me say to you, anyone that practices corruption can't be considered a successful person. This is what I want to mean with praxis, with action, with ethic. Because you need action to move from A to B point, but that action have to be a positive action. Yeah, and that is the kind of actions that makes true leaders, effective leaders. Okay, so then of course you have to be persistent, because you know you will fail, you will fall down, and you have to stand up and keep fighting, keep going. So you have to be persistent. And many people, they quit in the 4th principle. They start, they know their purpose, they are passionate about the purpose, they start planifying, make strategies and seeing the vision and so on. They start making some actions, and then they face the first obstacle, and then they quit. And then they don't realize that it's because you are not going through all the steps and principles. Of course, you will not succeed. So you have to carry on despite the obstacles. So after that, you will progress. You will advance yourself. Even if it's a small piece of it, even if sometimes you have to go back and see, is this my real purpose? I'm doing everything I can do. Is this the correct plan? Is this actions that I have to take. And then you have perfection. And perfection is the seventh principle. Doesn't mean the stage that you can't do anything else. Perfection means acabare, finalizare, finish what you start. This is the meaning of perfection. Okay, so this is a little bit of the principles. Of course, there are different tips, and then the most beautiful thing for me about Success Energy is energy is the real source of success. And to have energy, you have to train your motivation. So motivation is equal to energy. Energy is equal to success.
Wow, so powerful. So powerful. And you're right, you know, it comes down to a process. And sometimes we don't realize that. We start to look elsewhere, and we have everything around us. It's all about us taking the right steps. And as soon as, you know, we have people like you coming and explaining, you know, coaching people, they can see where they can, you know, make a difference, and they can see that they can be successful. They can see that they always had success inside of them. And that's a message, and especially in Africa, that's a message that needs to go, because sometimes we look at, you know, success as all those external things, material, and like you said, there's a lot of corruption going on. So we think that, okay, that's success, but it's not actually the real success when we talk about it. So let me just see the energy, you know, I'll show people, you know, our viewer, the energy that you bring, you know, in all your coaching session, talking about.
Tania Tomé.
Tania Tomé.
Tania Tomé.
Tania Tomé.
Tania Tomé.
You start in Mozambique, come to Cameroon, come to Uganda, Tania Tomé everywhere with success energy.
I'm from Tania Tomé about the success energy, and it was very important, effective and educative.
The success energy.
The success energy.
Oh, success energy.
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 Wow, that's a lot of energy going on, and so just, you know, staying in this, you know, in this subject, you know, of success energy. How far have you been able to bring your message? Because that's quite an important message, especially when we talk about empowerment, especially empowerment of women, empowerment of youth. How far have you been able to do that, and how is it received in general?
Good. This is good. Let me re-emphasize that the important thing to be, as the first step, to be conscious about yourself. This is very powerful, because many of us, we don't have that conscience about ourselves. And that means that we have to look to the quality of our thoughts every day, because we have billions of thoughts every day, millions of them. And many of them are so negative that you can have positive results if you think every day about negative things. Even if it's about yourself, even if it's about the system. So let me say to you that this first thing, to be conscious about yourself, gives you also opportunity to look to the society, look to problems, and search for opportunities also. Because we are so blind with our negative thoughts that we don't allow ourselves to see the things that are already there. This is the first thing. The second thing, I did start doing activism with 18 years old. And what was in my mind was trying to search ways of help with my availability, with my knowledge, to put things together. So I started doing many different work in many different organizations. And also as a writer, I did start also very soon becoming someone that was doing different things. And when you do something that is different and special, people start to try to engage with you and then look for it. And then this was how I did start with television and media work. So I am a public figure more than 15 years old right now.
Whoa.
So it's a lot. It's a lot working in many different countries, being a public person, being a public speaker, being a public personality in televisions. And that allows me also to go to millions and millions of people in many different countries and to share about changes that we have to do, and we have to not wait for anyone else to work with us. And if we want to change something, we have to be part of that process of the things that we want to conquer. So I do work a lot also with youth and women, and the engagement of youth, youth, all the youth are seated, and African youth are seated and waiting for government to put everything there, and then, okay, this is it. So everyone is trying to look for support and help, and they forget that they have first get that traction inside them, not outside. So I did move a lot with many different, not only motivational, but mobilizing youth and women to take action, to be part of the process of developing of our countries, to be part of the process of changing, to be that changing that we really want. So and it's a truly a learning process. It's a learning by doing process. I have been growing so much, and I know that I will be growing, and I will only stop when I die, because every day is a learning process, and we learn from everybody everywhere.
And that's the key message, is that learning never stops. And wherever you are, even if you like you said, you have a plan, you fail, you've learned something, so you have to keep going and keep learning, so that you can continue to unleash whatever greatness, whatever success you have inside of you. And it's an important message, especially for the youth, and so that they understand, because it's actually not obvious to have to actually be aware of this kind of message, because everything around us, especially on television and on other platforms, are about external thing, material thing. So they don't really understand this power, like you said, this power inside of them that they can use to solve their own problems, instead of having to wait for somebody else to do it for them. And it's sometimes very difficult. And that's why I was asking, how successful are you to change those mindsets? Because it's sometimes very, it's very challenging, because people are formatted, and it's very difficult to change their mindset. And especially when they basically have, their network and their environment being completely negative as well. So how do you, and talking about youngster, talking about women, I mean, there's always, sometimes some tradition not really valorizing women. So how do you change somebody who's been in that environment with this type of mindset? What can you recommend? Because a lot of women and a lot of youth are still in this complete box, if I would say, that they don't see, a way out. They don't see a door. So what are the things that you can recommend for them to start to see, a light or open a door somewhere?
Okay, let me say to you that if the first thing is the person they have to be conscious about the change, and they have to desire that change. I can't guide someone that doesn't want to change. If they don't want to change, they don't want to change. But as an activist, as a media personality, what I do is try to ignite and show them the vision, show them things that sometimes they didn't receive any kind of this information in their houses. They didn't receive the information that they are able to do things. They are capable to do things. So they are sometimes they just need a word of incentive and motivation just to realize, oh, I think it's possible. So let me try a little bit. Because we are in this society that our mindset is really to be poor. We don't believe in ourselves. That's why we have so envy and jealousy when we see an African neighbor or African cousin reaching a successful position or achieving new things. So each other in our communities, we are all of us, we are pushing down. Everyone that wants to go into, you go and then you push that person down because you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in others also. So as Africans, in terms of education, I truly believe that as leaders, our effective leaders, the leadership, we have a lack of leadership. We have people that are in leadership positions, but they are not effective leaders. Do you understand that? Because leaders are the ones that create other leaders. Leaders are the ones that want to impact the community. So if they have that vision of impact the community, they will invest in education, primary education. People starting from early ages, like 5, 6, 7, understanding that they are part of the solutions of the problems of the community. Even if it's a small thing, just with my neighbors, if it's only in my circle, with my family, you have to practice the good and have that good multiplication to the others. Because if you do good in your family, your father will do good in the work with the colleagues, and then the colleagues in the work will do good with the families. So it will be a very big value chain. So I truly believe the solution for Africa to construct the Africa that we want begins with education. Focus on education, the primary education, stimulate entrepreneurship and leadership. Are these useful instruments that can be very powerful. And even if you have one leader that is looking to create other leaders, they together as collective, they could create impact. This is the piece of all this puzzle, leadership. And if you have any opportunity even to share a little bit, you will. Even if you can share your time, you will. Your problem is part of that process. It's not an easy process sometimes doing good, because we have to feed our children. We have to have money for us. So you have to balance that. But if you do a little bit and share with that with other people, and then create a little bit of other leaders, I do mentorship. I do business mentorship in my company, but I do also free leadership classes sometimes. And as soon as I have, recently I was in Uganda, and I have been working with UNDP. I have been delivering leadership trainings to UNDP in Uganda, Rwanda, in different countries. And I was recently there delivering trainings. So when they did contract me to deliver that leadership training, I said to me, I didn't see any country from Portuguese speaking country. I didn't see any young leader here. Why? Why everything is all it's not coming to a Portuguese speaking country? So I did say to them, hey, I can support you and we can do a competition. I can do for free. I just want to identify very good entrepreneurs and leaders in Portuguese speaking countries with at least basic English, English fluently. They can listen and they can learn. So let's do that. So that was part of bringing more leaders and giving opportunity. And it was free. It was free of charge. And I say to my company, let's do that because I want to see other leaders, other entrepreneurs there. I want to see their participation. And I do a lot of that with many different programs. But of course, I have other programs that they pay me to do that. So it's a balance. You have to balance that and do everything you can to support development of our communities and even influence the decision makers there. So I do try to do that, even if I am in the television, talking about corruption, talking about that need of effective leaders. So somehow, sometimes a decision maker can listen to me and say, hey, maybe I can do much more to decide, and maybe I can. So it's a kind of activism, sharing knowledge and giving this incentive to people to make good, because making good create good to all of us.
Wow, it's just so powerful, so a powerful message. Let's look at who we are here. I see we have some comments here. A lot of comment from Cordelia. Cordelia is tuning in from the US. She's saying congratulations. And then there's another thing, you must believe it to achieve it. So she agrees with you. And one of the other comment is if you cannot control it, protect your envy. So that's her.
I love that.
Exactly. And then we have Lotus as well. Lotus from the US as well. Hello, ladies. But what she's saying is that is the mindset of lack, which is taught, and it is often based on fear. So yes, so just, like you said, we have to do our part in a way, because that's not things that are widely available to our communities. So for us who had, the opportunity to get exposed to the right leadership and who have a voice, it's important that we create those platforms and that we help, the community to lift up the community and understand really what leadership is all about and empower them, because the most important thing is that they are able to empower themselves so that they can lead themselves first before they can lead other people. So just completely. Completely. And just for, I'm just going to show another video, because I've seen, like you said, you said that you're looking also at influencing the leaders, at the top. And I could see that you actually met quite a lot of leaders around the world, and it's quite impressive. I don't even know which leader you didn't meet, but you'll tell us about it later. Just watch.
Okay.
Of business and leadership, we forgot to talk about motivation, and it's a skill really very important to maintain an entrepreneur and succeed until the end. So entrepreneurs and leaders, more than ever we need.
rouca de saudade. Ouvi e guardei no coração tua voz, minha voz, nossa voz. Não quer grades nem fronteiras. E distância também é. E distância também é. Loco baco vana baco baco. Loco baco vana baco baco. Loco baco vana baco baco. I don't know. I don't wanna anymore.
So what I can say is just wow, and I know you've met so many. I couldn't fit it in a small, in a very small video. So how do you do that? Tell us. How do you do that? How do you reach out to people? Because what I can see, you reach out to all spectrum of people, and so young, women, leaders, president, everybody. So how do you do that? And what are the, what is the impact that you have, in their decision when you meet them? And, it's just amazing.
Okay, first of all, I just want to capture this last Facebook comments to start to say that in my book, Saxenergy, I have the envy test. Exactly. Because I truly consider that it's important to you to be conscious about that. Where are you to detox your mind? And the second thing is really the Lotus Reach comment. I truly believe that you have, and I say I have a quote also in my book related to Saxenergy. Don't be afraid to be afraid, because it's part of the process. So you have to take risks and jump. There's lots of opportunities that you can reach when you are after you decided to jump. So it's very important to you to understand that being afraid, it's normal, it's part of the process. You have to have the courage to face that fear. So train your mind to understand that you don't have to be afraid of being afraid, okay? So how?
So there are a lot more comments, and there's another one from Lotus. That's quite a long one. Positive mindset through leadership. This is a mentor grooming. We teach people how to comb their hair, but to do body maintenance and fail with training and mental maintenance. And that's what you were saying, is that, those are the key things that we need to know, but yet we fail to empower, people around us, making them understand that, they can also train their mindset, and in a way that can help them to find solution in their, the solution for their problems. So that's a powerful one from Lotus. Thanks, Lotus. There's Tebelo. Tebelo is tuning in from South Africa. Glad to be here and receiving these powerful nuggets about leadership. And then we have Joanne. Joanne lives here in Perth, in Australia. And wow, that's a phenomenal lady. This is incredible. So it's amazing. She is amazing, I can tell you, and that's why I wanted her on my show. So it's just, and then there's Lotus again, phenomenal. So it's just such an amazing thing. So, I mean, you've talked about your book. Obviously, you're a writer as well, on top of everything that you do, being an economist, being an international speaker, being a coach. And in one of your videos, I mean, I understood as well, that was a Portuguese video, that you're also a pianist. So, wow.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I say to you that Okay.
So how is all of this helping you to shape your personality? Because it's been said that, we should focus on one thing at a time.
Yes.
But I don't actually condemn you because I'm the same. So how do you actually, focus your effort, and how do you focus all of this to make the impact that you are currently making, the phenomenal impact that you are making in the world, and especially in the Portuguese-speaking world?
Okay. Yeah. For now, I have two questions, right? So let me see.
You can start
Okay.
with the first question. Yeah.
Okay. The first one. In fact, I have been, as I said to you, I'm a public person more than 15 years, and not only in Portuguese-speaking countries, in many different countries, Colombia, Venezuela, United States. I did start my steps also with Brazil and other countries. And becoming such a public person, being a speaker also, and I truly participate in many different engagements, like sharing my knowledge about finance, about economic, about investment in Africa. And what happens is it's like a domino effect. When you start doing something and it's good, people starting to call you, okay, now go and be a speaker here. And in many different countries, I had the opportunity to be speaker, sharing the same stage with these personalities, and then starting talking and sharing my knowledge, and they become part of the process. And there are people. One year ago, I was with Kofi Annan, and it was like 1 week ago before he died. And we have been like talking about leadership, about changing our thought, changing our mindset as an important tool. So sometimes it's possible to impact and motivate and make incentives to leaders. As I said to you, as an example of leading with the executive director of UNDP Africa, I did influence him to bring more entrepreneurs and leaders from Portuguese-speaking countries, and they were aside. So sometimes it's possible, sometimes we make this impact, sometimes it's in television. Being not only a personality, but being an analyst. Today, I was having a conversation to a news TV station in Angola. It's not my country, but in Angola. 1 hour talking about the outlook of Africa, impact of COVID, impact of this coronavirus in many different countries, economic impact. So being a voice and sharing something that is useful, of course, they start trying to listen to me and bringing me as an ambassador for different initiatives. Recently, I was ambassador for an entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship competition and program in São Tomé e Príncipe. So they're different countries, and what I truly believe is, and I'm not. Sometimes there are people in Nigeria that say, you are a young guru networking, so I have to start also the leadership and networking. How can you network? Of course, there are lots of things around that. One of them is...
for it, yeah.
One of them.
I said people are starting to it, yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm sorry. So one of the things is having knowledge. I have been studying a lot all my life. Everything I decided to do, I do study. I'm always willing to be a student and learn from the best, learn from the references in any field, in any area. So this is one of the things that I have been doing, and is investing in knowledge. The second thing is, as soon as you invest in knowledge and you are in a position of sharing something, share and construct your brand, your personal brand. Your personal brand will dictate if you are an inspiration or not. So you have to grow with your personal brand. This is another, how can I say, paradigm that we have to deconstruct. because in our communities, in our societies, people don't see as something good, making personal brand. People think that you are talking about yourself, you are talking about your talent. This is not good. You don't have to do that. You are vanished. No, if you don't share your talents to other people, how can they know that you know and you are capable to do this, and that? So it's very important to deconstruct that mindset that we can do that. In the United States, we are used to do that. They are used to do that. But in our African countries, even our family, if you start sharing your business, they will say, yes, it's seen as arrogant. So you have to, it's not an easy process. And so you have to start sharing your knowledge and sharing your talent with your friends, with your family. That's the beginning of your personal brand happening. And it's an important tool to everything. Because if you don't do that, you don't have how to grow and grow. And to inspire and influence others, you have to lead by example. So you have to go to the field and do the work, and then do the work, really be the participant, be the active person. So this is a little bit of what I can share about the networking and having this ability and possibility to meet this international and more than 10 presidents around, different presidents in many different countries. And having also my awards. I did receive 3 awards from 3 different presidents. Barack Obama, Portuguese president in Portugal. It was an academic award as economist. And locally in Mozambique also the presidential award. So the second question was how do I manage my
all those portfolios?
I have to say,
because it's that can sometimes be challenging.
Yes. So let me share 2 things. First of all, I did born also with artistic talents. So I'm not only a pianist, I'm a singer. I am a singer. And this song that is in this video is my song. I'm singing the song. But I have an artistic profile.
I love it. I need to get it.
My artistic profile is Queen Tanisha. If you Google or make in YouTube, you will find out. But how can I do that? First of all, I have to say to you that the artistic side is a very important tool to me as international coach, leading with my public. Because many different things I did overcome as an artist. And it's an important tool also to train your motivation. Even in the tips, I say to people, sing. Even if your voice is not good, sing, because that cleans all negative things that are in your body. They take out when you sing. You see, when you go to church and you go out from the church and you are like, oh, geez, life is good. I'm feeling. It's because you are singing. It's because you are taking out all the negative energies from you. So there are important instruments on the artistic side that are really relevant as your tools to train your motivation. So it's very important, and there are tips in the book. The second thing is you have to organize your priorities, because you can't do everything in the same moment. I'm sorry, it's impossible. So you can do that. You have to planify yourself and decide what are the goals that I want to achieve this year. But only in the beginning of the year. All of the years, I say to me, this year I have to release a book. This year I have to release a CD. This year I have to release this, and that. I decide that early in the beginning of the year. And then after that prioritization, you do go to setups, strategize yourself, see where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses, and decide what kind of partnerships you need to carry on with that process, what kind of things you need. and put together all the costs and benefits to go from this position or that position or that position. Because even when you decide your prioritization, you have to do that cost benefit balance. Because sometimes you can't monetize your dream. Do you understand that? Sometimes you can't monetize your dream. So while you are deciding to monetize or not, you have to have money to live.
Exactly.
So sometimes you have to invest in yourself with other instruments and tools that are needed while you are growing to big goals, big achievements. So that's why you have to be willing to invest in yourself in many different steps. So I have been doing everything. I have 1 DVD, 5 books, 2 CDs. I have many different things.
Just amazing.
Aside from being that, but what I am here to share with you, this is possible. It's possible because the Sexenergy, I truly explain steps. This is the basic book, and it's already a training session. But the Sexenergy book talks about everything you need in terms of instruments to planify yourself, even to learn how to save, even to learn the basic finance management. It's small steps, small things. But if you do on a daily basis, you can have eyes to save, and you can have money to invest in the things that are really important to you in that year. But understanding that this process is not easy. There are no miracles. There are no miracles in the sense of fast. There is no success with fast things. Everything that is fast goes fast. So if you want to achieve success, you have to fight hardly, you have to sacrifice yourself, and you have to understand that success means work, means taking action, and means believing in yourself and not quit. You have to fight until you win, because it's possible, and I know you can.
Wow. I hope you all have your notebooks and your pen, because there's been so much, learning today, so much wisdom, and it's just amazing. This lady is amazing. I know her. She's amazing, and that's why I had to bring her here for you to see for yourself. And let me just take, because there's so many comments here, so I have to put this, Joanne, bringing something to the table that they are missing, just amazing. Another one, never stop learning, love that, invest in knowledge. And we have another person from the US or Canada, I can't remember anymore. Yes, lifelong learning. That's Angela. Angela, thanks for being in. Everything starts with us, so we must develop ourselves, which is what the message that you've been sharing. Singing helps to lift up to a higher frequency. Lotus, I know Lotus is doing music as well, so that's fantastic. And what a powerful discussion. I've started a watch party, and you should too. And I think she wants to, because Lotus has a show as well, and same, she's trying to really, bring inspiration and bring people who make a difference. So she might actually contact you after this show, because I think she's completely blown away, and that's just amazing. So let's take a last break before we finish, and I have a last question for you, and I know that the guests actually love it. Let's just put one of your inspiring.
Be what you are born to be. Be what you are born to be. You are a star, and you should know. You have to work on your dream. Why? Why wouldn't you have such a chance? The same chance to be your best potential. Why didn't you get there? Why are you not there yet? Why aren't you this universal success? You can be successful, and you deserve success. You are a star. Activate your energy, and please shine. Take small steps instead of waiting for the right moment. Take small steps. Do not wait for anything, because most importantly, everything is within. Your greatest asset is yourself. The moment you start taking action, you will have real sense of what you need most to achieve your purpose. Learning happens by experience and exercising action. Don't be afraid to be afraid. Take action and jump. There are beautiful things and lots of success waiting for you, ready for you. Jump.
Wow. So after that, I think after this show, you have to jump. Listen, audience, you have to jump, because there are beautiful things, at the end of the road, and your success is dependent on that. So you have to jump. So just, we're getting close to the end. Just wanted to ask you, what is, you've accomplished so much already. I mean, it's just amazing. But I still have to ask you the question, what is the legacy that you want to leave?
I'm sorry, America. Can you repeat the question?
I wanted to ask you, what is the legacy that you want to leave?
Oh, I just want to carry on being part of the process of development of our countries, development of our world, just to inspire people to believe in themselves, ignite all the energy, potential success that they have inside. And sometimes they need only to listen that it's possible. They need to understand that it's possible, and see with the big and beautiful reference, and also being part of that process of changing our mindset. Because if we start from there, I truly believe that we can have the leaders that we need in our countries. So my focus also, it's not only on youth and women, but also in children, because and now I'm doing the Success Energy for teenagers. We are in the process of finishing the book. We have also the English version, Portuguese and Spanish version. And now we are doing for teenagers, and then I will do for children also, because I truly believe that it's so powerful, it's so important to start and beginning creating this champion on early age. So we have to do that, and then we have to share that. I truly believe that if we do that, we will have the leaders that we really want. So I want to be part of that process, and also part of the process of building this ecosystem. In our African countries, we also we don't have the entrepreneurship and leadership ecosystem. So I've been quite involved with many different organizations, competitions, programs worldwide, to be ambassador and carry on working actively to bring this ecosystem, entrepreneurship and leadership ecosystem that we really need. So yeah, I'm here to say to you that it's possible, and you have to activate all the energy that is inside you, because I truly believe in you. I truly believe that each of us have this purpose that we have to put in the ground and making huge, live, and very big. So we can. Yes, we can.
Fantastic. And did you feel this energy? This lady is incredible. I told you when I was doing the marketing that it's gonna be life-changing for a lot of people. And I was telling the truth. And looking at all the comments, it's just amazing. So you have actually an offer page. So I'm just going to show where people can actually find your books. You can go to Tanya offer page and look at the book, and
in English.
There's English, there's Portuguese, there's Spanish. So whatever language you're speaking, it's there. She's a real planner. She's planned for everything. She forgot my French one, but that's fine. She's gonna do it, I know. And it's just been so amazing. So I have Tanya details as well if you want to get in contact with her, and I know a lot of people really want to do that. Scrolling down, you can connect with her on Instagram, Tanya Tomé Official. So there's the offer page, and she also have a website and a YouTube channel under Tanya Tomé, where you can also look at what she's doing and the magnificent work that she's been doing and that she's going to continue to be doing. And she's definitely started on a legacy, and it's going to be a big one, I can tell you. She's just so amazing, and I hope you've actually enjoyed what she's shared with us, because she shares so much wisdom and so much insight. And I really, recommend that you start to look at all and maybe replay the video so that you can, again, start to implement some of her knowledge that she shared in your life. And please get your copy of Six Energy, because you're going to be even more energized, and if you're not already after this session. So last word for our audience, Tanya.
My last word, of course, is to emphasize that I'm already there for you, and anything you need. Because of coronavirus, we have to stay home right now, but I hope very soon to be also in United States and in Brazil. I don't know where, how, but for now you have to train your motivation, and I do truly believe that Success Energy book is really a bridge to do that. You will find 3 different components. You will find that the training your conscience, you will find there a little bit of tips of entrepreneurship and professional career, and you will also see some tips on making this management with family, kids, and your goals and career, and a little bit of economics. So this book, it's a combination of many different things. So I hope you can enjoy. If you read the first one and it's difficult, please read the second time and third one, because you will learn, and you have to practice. So you deserve. Do you know what you deserve, Muriel?
No,
you deserve
I don't know
a song. You deserve a traditional song. What do you think? So let me know if you want.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I know I've listened to your song, but please do it for our audience so that they understand the different talents that you have and how how really a champion you are in everything that you do. So go ahead and sing for us.
Thank you. I will sing a small piece of one of my songs, because I'm also a songwriter. And in fact, this song I did won an award in Nigeria. And sometimes I say, I'm Nigerian today because I did won this award there, and I love Nigeria. It's a very beautiful country, and I love also the Nigerians. So this is my native language, one of the 24, because we have 24 native languages in Mozambique, but this is one of my best songs. Nyingugu Haladze, that means I love you. So I'm sharing love, sharing Success Energy for all of us, for all of you that are here with us, and saying to you to believe in yourself, because I truly believe success is inside you. So let's go to the song.
Let's go. I'm ready.
nga buga
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much. Maybe you have to tell us as well where we can find your CDs, and because we need to have the whole lot. This lady is phenomenal. She's really the big deal, and she's amazing. And those are the kind of leader that we're looking for. So she did it, and she can train you, and she can help you to, have the right mindset to replicate what she's done so far. Because like she said, success is inside of us, and we all have this success inside of us. It's just a matter of having the right processes. And she described the principle that she's used and that she's been sharing all over the world with people that she coach and mentor, and in her community as well. So it's been really an amazing, conversation with you, Tanya. And, when I listen to all of this, it makes me, miss Mozambique. And next time we're here, I'm definitely going to connect again. And thank you for your time and for sharing all of this. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be on other shows, because I have most of, my the colleagues, doing shows that are actually saying that they're going to bring you and really, get you to share your message again to another audience and another community, because it's an important message that everybody needs to listen. So thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that, have been here. I know that you've been inspired today, and that's what my work is all about. Like Tanya was saying, we have to do our bit. I'm doing what I can to bring, the most inspiring people on this platform, so that they give you an idea of, how you can also emulate their role models. And please start taking action, start taking action, start looking really seriously at your development, at what legacy you want to leave, because that's very important. And we have to do it all together. For us who have the knowledge, or for us who have platform, we offer this knowledge, we offer this platform, so that, you can also benefit from it, and you can also empower yourself. So thank you very much. And we're gonna have another episode. We're gonna have another episode on Friday, and we're gonna have Cordelia Gaffa as our guest. She's gonna come, she's coming from the US, and I know it's gonna be another amazing show. So thank you, Tanya, and we send love to you, and blessing as well, and take care of yourself, and then continue to build your legacy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.